Oh, chiropractors, they crack me up. Some of them also crack old people that really shouldn't be cracked. Ow! They've been getting a bad rap the last couple of years, especially with the amount of viral videos that have come out from like chiropractor influencers. Probably the last people I want to get my back cracked by. Chiropractor cracked back and patient needs wheelchair? Regardless of that, this has resulted in a lot of strange and interesting methods for cracking parts of the body that I didn't even know they could be cracked. Look at this guy. What are you even cracking? What purpose does that serve, cracking that?
Any pain there when I push there?
Not really.
Feel that?
Who are you? Who is this guy? I want to know because I want to book an appointment. What do you think of when you imagine what people go to the chiro for? Probably something like back pain, a headache, a sore butthole.
Feel that?
What if I told you that chiropractors could also improve communication in a marriage? Because that's what this clinic claims to be able to achieve. Van Every Chiropractic. This is a channel that I stumbled upon recently, and their videos have left me so confused. So confused. But don't take my word for it. Let's have a look at just how they do that. How they improve the communication between two people in a marriage using chiropractic.
Hi, I'm Dr. Anna Saylor with Van Every Family Chiropractic Center.
I'm Dr. Laura Van Loon with Van Every Family Chiropractic Center.
And what we're going to do today is we're going to do a tandem adjustment. And by that, what we mean is it's a couple adjustment to make sure that they're balanced as much as possible to each other, and that it improves their communication and just their energy levels.
Okay, cool. A tandem adjustment seems kind of unconventional, but maybe they're going to crack both their backs at the same time. I don't really see any tables here, but maybe one of them will like wheel the tables in and they'll get adjusted at the same time.
All right, we hold hands.
What the hell is that? What? That's not being a chiropractor. That's like Reiki. You know, like the adjusting their energies or something. They're not even touching them. They're raking them. What the hell is that? It look like little rattle guns or something like that. Like something you'd see at like a pit stop on an F1 car. Yeah, I can replace a hip in about 6 seconds now. One of the best in the world. All right, she's got a new hip. Let's get her back on the road. And then back to the raking. Back to raking them.
And what we're addressing is both emotionally, physically, the reaction to each other.
So one of the beautiful freedoms that KST allows us is that we can not just work on structural things with each patient, but we can also work on emotional things with each patient, and also the patient and their significant other.
Yeah, one of the best things about KST is it just allows us to do whatever the we want, really. We don't really... No one knows what it is in the first place, so we can just do kind of anything and just call it the treatment. And who are you to judge? Who are you to judge? Show me the textbook, because there isn't one. Doing the skull is actually crazy. What is that adjusting? Well, I think I have one of those little things that they're using, actually. I'll be back. I'm gonna go grab it. I think I got the same thing right here. Let's test it out. Let me just do a micro adjustment on my cranium. This looks like it's gonna hurt. Looks like it's moving way slower than it is in real life. Oh yeah, ow. Yeah, I'm feeling adjusted. Ow. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's really distracting me from the marital problems. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. Maybe theirs are a bit more precise than my instrument. My skull feels bruised.
All right. Is that quick?
Yeah.
And that's it? What do you mean? That can't be it. This whole video is 2 minutes. The whole adjustment took 2 minutes. You can see them both clearly look at each other and just be like, yeah, I guess that's it. Should we wave our hands for like another 30 seconds on their skulls, or is that pointless? Yeah, I can't think of anything else to make up, so let's just call it there.
One of the interesting coincidences is too, often as we're tandem adjusting, they're both all set at the same time. So.
Yes.
Coincidence? I just saw both of you look at each other and just shrug. That whole video was like 2 minutes, and you know they charged them like $100 for this session. Look, I thought some of these TikTok chiropractors were bad, but at least it looked like they were doing something. probably felt like they were doing something. Now, you might be a little bit confused as to like what is happening here. Maybe you're thinking, what the hell did I just watch? But luckily for us, they have a whole introductory video explaining just what they do.
When you go to traditional chiropractic, you're used to the crack and the snap and the crackle, you know, and you come out, you know, you think no pain, no gain, because it kind of hurts to go to the regular chiropractor sometimes. But you come in here and it doesn't hurt at all.
Almost like they're doing nothing at all. It's almost like that. One could infer that it is almost like they're doing nothing, because they are.
We use the KST and we use ArthroStem on everyone. So down to my youngest patient, it was 2 minutes old.
2 minutes old! The baby just comes out of the womb and she's right there.
Oh, wow, straight out of the womb. And I couldn't help but notice your baby has a soft spot on her cranium. We're just gonna have to adjust that with the gun there. Okay, let's just make sure we really lightly just press that soft spot with our little... Yeah, there you go. Yeah, and as you can see, the baby has stopped crying, so you know that it was effective, it worked.
The spinal scan is going to give us a snapshot of your nervous system. It's going to show us exactly where you need more energy, or it's going to show us where the problems are.
And there it is. It tells you where you need more energy? What energy? I can understand a traditional chiropractor using like an x-ray of a spine and being like, oh, your like C5 is like slightly out of whack, or oh, you have scoliosis. We can tell by your spine. But having like an x-ray or a spine scanner and being like, yeah, I'd hate to tell you, but you know, your lower back's just, there's not a lot of chakra flowing there. There's not a lot of energy there. We're gonna need to wave our hands around it a little bit and just free that up. This is like Avatar: The Last Airbender, you know? If Aang had seen these guys, he would have unlocked Avatar state way earlier after his chakra was blocked.
With the ArthroStem, we can actually gently adjust your cranial bones, which traditionally chiropractic cannot actually address.
You can, hang on. you can adjust the cranial bones, my skull. I mean, I'm not a doctor, but I don't think that's possible unless you run me over with the tire of your car. Hang on, how many bones are in a skull? Maybe there's tiny little bones that I don't know about. Okay, all right, we got the human skull anatomy, and she was adjusting the temporal bone, apparently. This ginormous bone on the skull, just adjusting it with a couple of little clicks. That is a crazy claim just to throw out there, that you can adjust somebody's skull. But who am I? Who am I? I'm not a doctor.
Most people, when you say chiropractic, they think about the hands-on, the cracking, the snapping, the popping, and that's not what we do here at all.
You know everything a chiropractor does, right? Yeah, we don't do any of that.
Why are you calling yourselves chiropractors if you're not doing anything a chiropractor does? At least if you guys called yourself naturopaths, I'd be like, oh, okay, that makes sense. You're not a chiropractor. Like the shrugging in the first video said it all.
And coincidentally, we just finished the adjustment at the same time sometimes. How crazy is that?
I can totally see the other side of this, which is like, if they are feeling better after these adjustments and they're getting like a placebo effect from it, then are they really doing anything wrong? And to that I say, yes, I would say they are doing something wrong. Because one lady said she literally had friends in a car accident and recommended they go there for their backs.
People on my staff, a couple people had car accidents. I immediately said, you're leaving right now and you're gonna go see Dr. Saylor because you will thank me. And they did thank me.
Which seems a little dangerous. Although to be fair, it's not like they're doing anything anyway in the first place, so it's not like they could make the problem worse. So hey, maybe they're onto something. Now she keeps talking about the Corin method, KST. What is that? So I looked it up. I looked up what KST chiropractic is, and it leads to the official website of Corin specific technique. And right away, this looks like the website that 2 Girls 1 Cup is hosted on. This does not look like a legit website at all. And he has a video.
Have you ever met someone who can locate your deep stresses and traumas, both physical and emotional, that no other doctor or healer has been able to locate, and then correct them?
Oh my God, straight away, I do not trust anybody that has one of those ShamWow microphones on the side, okay? Unless you're performing on Broadway, I do not want to see one of those things. I'm not trusting a word that comes out of anyone's mouth like that.
Dr. Ted Corin has been transforming lives, not just in the US, but around the globe.
What the hell is this? Someone got paid to make this video. What is this? It seems like a movie trailer, not some guy that invented a medical breakthrough. Like,
he has trained over 3,000 students on 5 different continents. His original research and articles have been published in Chiropractic and Biomed.
Wait, what does that one say? The investigation threatening patient education. Ted Corin's fight against the FTC. The FTC has investigated this guy, and we're gonna And we're just going to trust him. This guy's legit. This guy's totally legit because everything the FTC investigates is obviously, it's the government, man. You know, they're just trying to shut down real medicine. This is giving cult. This is really giving like Scientology, Mormon cult. The fact that this guy goes around and like sells a course and like does seminars gives very like not real. If this was like a method that was proven, then it would be like widely adopted and be in a textbook, not some guy that is just going around with like a Wiggles microphone and just talking about what he's found.
I gotta share with you, my life has changed. It's been a day later. I feel that the pain has been lifted off. I feel so much more clear. I gotta tell you, from 0 to 10, I was at a 10 pain. I tell you, I'm at like a 2.
Liar! I don't believe a thing coming out of that guy's mouth. Why is that guy wearing a ShamWow microphone as well? What is this? I don't believe this guy for a second. Look at the amount of gel in that guy's hair. You telling me you believe that guy?
He risked it all to go head-to-head against the powerful Federal Trade Commission for freedom of speech for healthcare providers.
We won after 6.5 years, and the division of the federal government that was going after us was disbanded and eliminated.
Let me look this up. Freedom of speech? That seems ridiculous. Freedom of speech seems like the most insane law to hide behind for medical stuff. Well, I thought this was America. Am I not allowed to use my freedom of speech to tell people to put 9-inch nails in their eyes to cure their blindness? Well, I'm sorry. It's just free speech, isn't it? So, according to Wikipedia, in 1995, Corin was under investigation by the Federal Trade Commission after an anonymous complaint for false and misleading advertising. Corin rewrote a number of his pamphlets as a result of the proposed FTC consent order given to him in 1997. No charges were pressed and the investigation was subsequently dropped in 2001. So it was like, due to the wording on his pamphlets, and he just changed the wording, and then they were like, fuck, I guess. Is there any point pursuing this guy? I hate, now he's like using it as like a badge of honor. They're like, the government tried to shut us down, man. They just didn't like what we were trying to promote. No, it's because it just doesn't work. It's like bordering being a con artist. Also, one of the people also asks is, what are the side effects of the Corin-specific technique? And it says, on occasion, patients have reported cleansing symptoms such as diarrhea, pus, mucus, fever, rash, and etica. Jesus. I'd hate to know what etica is. These symptoms are usually temporary. Also, not everyone experiences retracking on a physical or conscious level. Sometimes dreams increase or unusual dreams occur as a result of KST care. That's like, oh my God. That's like the broadest blanket I've ever heard. Yeah, sometimes you can get like a fever or a rash or headache. You might stub your toe or something like that. Other times, you might just get like a weird dream? I don't know. The results vary. So much almost like it's not real at all.
Because they were planning on going after naturopaths, midwives, homeopaths, all the natural healers. They went after me first.
Almost like because you were doing seminars and selling a course that just doesn't work. It's almost like that's why they would be investigating you. It's almost like that's the whole reason they would be doing that. Well, at least now we know what KST means, I guess. So we've seen them improve communication between a married couple, but what if a couple couldn't make it to an adjustment in time and they actually ended up getting a divorce? Well, luckily they can alleviate the stress and pain after having a divorce as well.
So you notice that I'm touching Cheryl, and basically what I'm doing is accessing her energy and balancing myself to her. And then we're going to start with the back of her head.
This shit never gets old. It never gets old.
Moving on the tailbone.
Whoa, easy now. Whoa. Now you keep adjusting down there, and I might think about getting remarried.
A patient comes in and the very first thing is panic. It tells me they're a lot of stress. And so by actually getting it adjusted, it actually breaks the stress, breaks the panic pattern. With the panic pattern, it's the sternum and usually the tailbone. So the two correlating together actually put her kind of in like the stress loop.
I have heard more convincing things come out of the mouth of the crazy homeless man at Flinders Street Station than I have from what she's saying right now.
Okay. Oh, that feels so good.
Lady, if your neck is sore, you know what would give you a lot more relief than this KST chiropractor? getting a massage. Oh my God, that would be so much better. That'd be a great stress reliever. Just a regular massage. It probably costs the same, if not cheaper, and it would be for an hour, not 4 minutes and 53 seconds. But hey, look, like I said, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a chiropractor. What do I know? I'm just a guy on the internet.
Can I just add with Jack?
Sure.
He always had problems focusing in school, and so doctors always wanted to put him on medication. I started bringing him here last year or actually end of 3rd grade, I started bringing him for focusing issues. And he was able to start focusing better actually in 4th grade without any medication.
Oh my God. Can they cure ADHD now? What is going on? I got to book in with these guys. Seriously. I know I'm goofing around a little bit, and I think this whole thing is a bit silly, if you will. If this lady finds some relief from it, then that's great. Would just a regular remedial massage give her the same amount of relief? Who's to say? Who's to really say? But I hope she's doing a lot better. So we've seen her improve marital communication. We've seen her help people that have been going through a lot of emotional pain with divorce. But what if I also told you that she could help with tooth pain? That's right. She's also a dentist as well as a chiropractor. She just looked at what you can get a doctorate in, and she was like, how about all of them? Oh, you're going through a tough time mentally? Don't see a psychologist. Come to the chiropractor. Oh, you're having issues with your marriage? Don't see a marriage counselor. See a chiropractor. Oh, is that you got tooth pain? Don't even worry about going to a dentist. Come to the chiropractor. We'll sort that tooth pain out.
So basically what I'm doing is using a technique called KST, which is Corn specific technique. And it's a way of accessing the body's energy. It's a very different technique. I use a handheld tool to actually gently tap the bone into position.
Jeez, it gently taps a bone into position? Look, man, if bones could gently be tapped into position, I could be doing some bone smashing right now, and I could be adjusting my whole face like Play-Doh. Imagine saying that to somebody that's got scoliosis. Your spine is out of whack. Have you tried just like gently tapping your spine back into position? It's not really that hard.
There's different patterns that show up in the body. One of them is the hump pattern.
There's a lot of different patterns that show up in the body. There's the hump pattern. There's the jigsaw pattern, which is quite hard to solve. You know, you usually need 2 or 3 people to help you with that sometimes. There's the Egyptian pattern. Some people are stuck just like this. It's a pattern we see rarely, but it's mainly in people from Egypt.
You know, a lot of women hate this area of their body. I used to have a big hump.
I used to have a couple of lumps. You know, Fergie wrote a song about me. Lots of women hate their humps, but Fergie, she learned to embrace them, and she really changed it around for a whole generation.
Now, how did you adjust the tooth?
We actually used the arthostem and just adjusted right onto the tooth. So, and on the outside, and then I think on that one we adjusted on the inside too, didn't we?
Well, she put the thing in her mouth? That's crazy. I hope you sanitize that thing. I've seen where that thing goes. Look, like I've said this whole video, I'm not a chiropractor. I'm not a doctor. I'm just a guy on the internet. If these people are finding some sort of relief out of these treatments, then, you know, who am I to judge? You know, I'm glad that they're feeling better. But in cases where people probably need like real therapy, like probably go see a psychiatrist if you're struggling with a divorce, or if you've been in a car accident, maybe go to a physio, maybe go to a doctor. I don't know, someone with actual qualifications in these fields. I just wanted to show you guys this channel because I thought it was a little bit crazy, a little bit silly, a little bit wild. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're already subscribed. Leave a comment of a spine emoji if you made it this far. Is that an emoji? I think it is. And with that, I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.